Plus, he has no idea where we are.
Yeah, like,
and you're probably making him nervous.
I was asleep, and then like the thing with the dude was like, he didn't believe it. Was like, I woke up a little bit before the crash, and I think I saw something through the corner of my eye for some reason. And he was like, "What was it?" I was like, "I was through the corner of my eye." Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, and I just woke up, so I don't know exactly. And he was just a total douchebag. Mm-hmm. Two of those cops were. And then one of the medics looked like Woody Harrelson. Mm-hmm. And he was cool. He pulled the glass out of my arm. He was a nice guy. Yeah. Good times.
Well, not good times, but that was not a very good time.
I don't know, man. Your mom brought us breakfast, so it was pretty good.
That's funny though, because my mom
was sore as shit.
Because I've never had any tickets or any accidents until I start doing this job, and that's why I freak out whenever I see deer or dump trucks parked in the middle of the road on the other side of a hill. Because I've had a couple of accidents, but it's bad because if I call my mom early in the morning and the first words out of my mouth are, "You want a day off today?"
Yeah.
She knows that immediately preceding, I was in an accident. Can you come pick me up?
Yeah. She's such a nice lady. Your mom is the best.
I love my mama.
I do too.
Mama always said, you need to get a new job, you're gonna kill yourself.
I remember the first time I met his mom, she hugged him. I was like, I want a hug. Went in for it. And got it. His mom loves me.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was like whenever we went into Best Buy that one day, I didn't know if you were working, and I didn't think about looking for you. Yeah. And she immediately saw you and went over and gave you a hug.
Yeah.
She's like, my other baby.
My other baby. Yeah. Once you're in a wreck with Mike, you're bonded. And you become her child.
Maybe that's why I can't find a woman to marry.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I need to do. Whenever I find the girl that I want to marry,
get a wreck.
Just
get a wreck with them.
Roll my truck.
Roll your truck with them.
Just look at her and say, I love you, and then just slam the steering wheel to the side.
Yeah, it's funny because like Mike was all panicky, and my whole thing was just trying to get you to laugh.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
I still can't believe that my phone was intact.
I know.
Because I had it setting up on the dash.
It flew out.
And the windows were up. Your window was busted whenever we landed on our side. And somehow my phone was 10 feet away from the truck in the grass.
Yeah.
Because me too, I don't remember anybody's phone number, so if I would not have had my phone, they'd be wanting me to call insurance, they'd be wanting me to call my boss, somebody come pick me up. I don't know anything.
Yeah. Man, I remember just sliding and my hand being on the thing, trying to support myself with my arm scraping against the street. Yeah. And I was just like, this hurts. I was like, this is not comfortable. I was like, my arm is going to be pretty fucked up right now. And I was just holding on to my phone. Like this, holding on to my phone with one hand and scraping against the street with the other. And I was just like, ow. Hoping it was grass. Yeah. And then realized it was it wasn't even gravel. It was the concrete.
It was the highway.
Yeah, it was the highway.
Asphalt.
It was the asphalt, yeah. My arm just slid across the asphalt. Surprisingly, I didn't get road burn on it. It just the glass, which is weird. Just glass in my arm.
I'm surprised that we landed right back in the ditch facing the opposite way. Because, I mean, the way that...
Yeah, that's what threw it off.
The way the truck bounced and spun around, I figured that we were going to be in the road. And we didn't block traffic at all. Of course, there's a little country road.
It was such a big truck. Him and I were both standing up.
Trying to climb out.
Like, we literally had to climb up. I remember Mike looked at me, he's like, "Are you alright?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Your arm's bleeding." And I was like, "Oh." Like, I didn't even notice it was bleeding. And then he pointed it out. I was like, "What?" Yeah. I was like, just woke up. I was like,
"What's going on, guys?"
Yeah, what's up? And then we had the guys that they had to use a ladder to get us off. After we climbed out, we had to use a ladder to get down. It's big.
It was one of those 24-foot box trucks.
Yeah, it was huge.
You know what one of my friends pointed out whenever I put the pictures up on Facebook? You know what brand or what the name of the leasing company was on that truck?
What?
Success.
Yeah, it was.
We successfully rolled that bitch.
We succeeded in not dying when we rolled it. And then my blood is on the roof. Because my arm touched it. I pointed it out when we were at the yard. I was like, "Oh no,
there's my blood!"
And it had to be my blood because I was the only one bleeding. That was funny.
I think it's funny how every accident I've been involved in, my mom always has to point out how hard-headed I am. Because that one, I had a knot on my head. But I don't remember hitting my head, and it didn't hurt unless I touched it. And then the accident before, whenever I was in the cargo van, the windshield was busted where my head would have been. And the airbag deployed, deflated, my seatbelt broke. So I know that I face planted on the windshield, but yet, well, then again, I was acting kind of goofy, so I might have had a concussion. But my head didn't hurt. Of course, everything else hurt.
Yeah, I was so sore afterward. I had on that bandage for a while because I had to dust a lot. I don't want dust getting in my cuts. I only wore it at work though, or out to eat or whatever. So I don't want to grossing people out. Oh man, was it sore though? I was so sore, and I called in. Like I told everyone I was in a wreck. Like the day before I had to work, that next day I had to go into work, and I called in, and they were like, I was like, "Hey, I'm not going to work because I was in a wreck," and they were like, "Well, you should have told us yesterday." I was like, "I told everyone at work yesterday I was in a wreck." I had posts of it on Facebook, like everything. You know what I mean? I was like, I called, I was like, I told everyone from work I was in a wreck, and then that's stupid. Like, you get in a wreck and you don't tell us? Like, I'm sorry. I was in a wreck in the middle of nowhere. And I didn't tell you. I texted my supervisor and he was just like, "Go step out in the yellow sun, you'll be alright." Because I'm a Superman fan, man. And then my other friend John was like, "Gonna take more than that to keep Nightwing down." Because I'm a Nightwing fan as well.
Whenever we were trying to Bluetooth our phones together, and it popped up on my phone, Superman, inside I was laughing so fucking hard.
Oh, goodness. I went way too far with this. I'm going to have to split this video into two. So we're going to end this one.